Students, one thing, make sure that you all are joining through your DBC account, because when I start with the recording, some people gets removed because they get login from a different account, so it becomes difficult. Okay, so make sure that you all are joining through your Google account only, the DBC account only. Okay, fine. So coming to JSON, what is JSON? Now the word JSON which is there is been bifurcated into three terms. The first one, JS, which stands for JavaScript, okay, O which stands for object, and N which stands for notation. So the full form of JSON is JavaScript Object Notation. Okay. Now one thing we need to understand that JSON is a text format. Okay. It is a text format which is used for storing and transporting the data. These are some of the features. Right now we know that JSON is nothing but JavaScript Object Notation, and it is a text format. It is used for storing and for transporting the data. We say that JSON is a self-describing and very easy to understand. Like we had XML, which was very easy to understand. In the same way, JSON is also very easy to understand, but only thing, there is certain change in terms of the syntax which is there. Okay. So the third point, we were over here, JSON is self-describing and it is easy to understand. It is a text format for storing and transporting data, and it stands for JavaScript Object Notation. We say that JSON is a lightweight data interchange format. Okay, so we say that JSON is lightweight. Now, why do we call it as a lightweight? Okay, why do we call it as a lightweight data interchange format? Now JSON follows something called as interchange format. Why do we say that? Because it has been derived, this particular language, it has been derived from the JavaScript programming language. Okay, and it is an independent programming language. It has a simple notation which can be used for expressing different types of objects, collection, the name, the values, okay, pairs, arrays, list. So they have their own particular notation. That's why it is called as a lightweight data interchange format. Okay. So this lightweight data interchange format is also a type of a ASCII file format. Okay, this is a ASCII file format which is used to exchange the data, and this type of format, they actually enable very synchronous data transmission. Okay, between the different types of the system agents. That is why it is being used by JSON. Next, JSON is a plain text which is written in the JavaScript object notation. As we know that it has been derived from the JavaScript programming language, so it is a plain text which is written in the notation. They are used to send the data between the computers, and since already mentioned that they use an ASCII file format and they are derived from the JavaScript, it is a language independent. Okay. So these are very important features which make JSON very interesting and easy to understand and use. So remember this some very important points regarding JSON which makes it unique with respect to the other languages. Now, before I come to the next slide, just yesterday we have completed XML, so we know how a XML syntax looks like. Now we'll come and we'll compare it with the JSON format. Now, not focusing to the JSON example, we'll just focus first on the XML example which is over here. Okay. Now, in the XML example that you see, you have employees, okay, which is a parent node, and we have the closing employees which is down. Now, inside this employees, which is root node, there are 1, 2, and 3. There are 3 children, which is employee, employee, and employee. The name is given as same, and these 3 children have their sub-children. That is first name, last name, not 3, 2 children. First name and last name. Again, first name and last name. first name and last name. So this is a simple program, okay, simple XML file which shows creation of, you know, 3 employees for the employees database, okay, which includes their first name and the last name. So John Doe, Anna Smith, and Peter Jones. These are the 3, you know, entries into the employees. Now, this is your XML. Now, how do we represent the same particular problem statement into the JSON example? Switching to the left side of this slide, open curly brackets. See, please note down this syntax. See properly how do we write your JSON program. Open curly brackets. Okay. In double quotes, I have the name, that is the parent node or the root node, that is employees. I will have it in my double quotes. Then I have a colon. Okay. And then I have a square bracket. I open a square bracket. Inside this square bracket, I again have, you know, the curly brackets. In that, first name is again into the colon, double inverted commas. Then we have the one colon. Then we have the first name, that is John, comma. Again in inverted commas, you have the last name, colon, and then the last name, which is Doe, into the inverted commas. Okay, close the curly bracket, comma. Then this is nothing but the first entry. Now again we have an open curly brackets, in double quotes first name, colon, in double quotes the name, that is Anna, comma, in last name, which is in double quotes, colon, Smith, which is again in double quotes, close the curly bracket, comma. Then the third entry, that is into the open inverted commas, first name, colon, Peter, comma, last name, colon, Jones. Now what I'm trying to say is, understand the syntax. Now if you see, the whole syntax is included inside the curly bracket, okay, which is starting with open curly brackets and close curly brackets, okay, and the name, that is parent name, is into the inverted commas, that is employees, colon, you have this square bracket. Now if you see, the square bracket is opening over here in the first line after the colon, and it is ending just before the curly bracket, the last curly bracket. Okay, so what we say is, whatever are the children, sub children should be included inside the square bracket of your main parent node, that is employees. Now inside the square bracket, each employee which is there is, you know, inside the curly brackets. Okay, comma. Again the second employee is inside one more curly bracket, that is opening and closing, comma. And the third employee, again you open a curly bracket, close a curly bracket. Since there are only 3 entries, after the third one I do not have a comma. See, after Jones, okay, we have the curly bracket, but I do not have a comma. So what does it means? If there were 5 entries, there were 5 such, you know, opening, closing of the curly brackets, and each will be separated by a comma, that is 1, 2, 3, and 4, and lastly the fifth and the final close square bracket and curly bracket. Now focusing is what is inside the curly bracket. Now inside the curly brackets, what we do is, whatever is the name. What is the name? First name is the name which is given, and the value of first name is what? John. So this are called as name value. Okay, the name value key pairs. We call it as name. We call it as name value pairs. Okay, name value pairs or name value key pairs. So what is the syntax is, you have a inverted commas, you put name, okay, you put a colon sign, you put name, you close the inverted comma, you put a colon sign, again you open the inverted comma, you tell me what is the value of the name, okay, you close it, okay, and then separate it by the comma if there are more values. So this is the syntax. So now what is the name? The name is first name. And what is the value? It is John. So open inverted comma, first name, close inverted comma, colon. What is the value? John. So open inverted comma, close inverted comma. and then next comma, because there is one more attribute, that is last name. So the name is what? Last name. Again, both of these things into inverted commas. There is a colon. What is the value? Do. So DOE is the value. I put it. And then I close my curly bracket because there are no more attributes for the first employee. So I enclose them into the curly brackets. I put a comma and then I start with the next employee. Again, the same format, name, value, key pair, name, value, key pair, and then close. So this is how you write your JSON example. Okay. If there was a phone number, what will I have done? I will have written, after do, comma again, in the double quotes, maybe phone. Then I will have put colon, again in double quotes, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever is the number. Okay. Understood? Is there anyone who have not understood the syntax? Any queries? You all can type onto the chat box. Any queries do you have in understanding? I did not get your question, Ronald. Miss, are we, do you want to ask me, are we writing the code? Yes, we are writing the code. We are going to study in detail your JSON. Yes?
Now you're writing the code on the notepad.
No, I have just put it onto the chat box. I did not write the code.
Okay.
Okay, I've just put it onto the chat box. I'm just explaining you from the screen itself. Okay, I did not write it on the notepad. Okay, because when we write a proper JSON program, we need to study in detail your JavaScript, and in detail JavaScript we are going to study in unit number 3. So right now we will study only the JSON part. Okay, and we'll see all what are the syntax notations for the JSON. Okay, this thing which is there now, the whole code that you see, the JSON example, it has to be written inside angular brackets. Okay, I just mentioned onto the chat box. Okay, it has to be written into something called as, okay, this is where you write. So if you see your chat box, okay, there is something called a script. What we write is nothing but the script. Where the word itself, JavaScript, is about a scripting programming language. You write the script. So you have to write something called as open angular bracket script, close angular bracket, where I've written dot dot. This is where you write this particular code. That is employees, first name, so and so, all of these things. After the curly bracket is done, you have to end the script with the backslash. Okay, so this is how a JavaScript code is written. There are some syntax lines which are written here and there. Okay, so that's why we say that JSON is language independent. You can use it in combination of different languages. We are going to see how JSON can be used in combination of the JavaScript. Okay, so this is part of JSON, that is notations are there which can be used with different languages. Okay, getting it? Right now, see, we'll go part by part. Right now, what we need to understand is what is JSON, what is syntax of JSON. And we are going to study in detail the JSON. So we'll do all that particular part, because in unit number 3, we are going to study in detail about your JavaScript language. Okay. So then we will just be replacing certain part, that is inside the keyword script. Only that part we can replace, and we'll know how our entire JavaScript program is written. Okay. Clear enough? Is there anybody who have not understood? Okay, then I'll proceed. So now coming to JSON syntax and data type. If you have seen and if you have understood what I've spoken, that means you know what is the syntax for JSON. but we just try to recollect certain things and try to understand if we have not understood the part. Data is represented in name and value key pair. Okay, just 1 second. I just do one thing. Okay. Now, what I was saying is whatever we study, okay, the JSON that we have studied, what we are going to do is, this is our normal HTML file. Now what I'm doing, I'm using a combination of my JSON with my HTML. So this is normal thing, right? HTML opening, HTML closing, body opening, body closing. This is H2, H2 closing. This is in a paragraph and I've given ID, so and so. Now this is where we write your JSON code. Okay, so this is where we write JSON code. Okay? So this is where we write your JSON code. So inside this, whatever we write, this will be executed and it will be displayed over here onto the screen. Okay. So now let me explain you. As I said, there is something called as name and value key pair. Okay. So there is something called as name and value key pair. So what does name and value key pair says that whatever we put the name, it should be inside the inverted commas and separated by a colon. Okay. So they say data is represented in name and value pairs. Curly braces hold the objects and each name is followed by the colon. The name value pairs are separated by comma and the square brackets they hold the array and values are separated by the comma. So the same syntax, let me tell you how to write. Okay. So it is actually like this. Okay, curly bracket is open. Inside the inverted comma, I may say title. Okay, title. Put a colon sign. It may be web tech. Okay. This is the value. If there is one more value, suppose price. So I will say price. Okay, colon. Maybe 1 2 3 4. There are actually two ways. When we declare a number, you can declare it into double quotes or you can just declare it as part of it. So that can be done. Just mention please ignore what I've written over here. I just want to display the things onto the screen. That's why I've written. Okay, name and value key pair. So this is the syntax that is inside the commas. Now suppose this is a part of books. So how do I write it is according. Okay. So this is a simple thing on which I am writing a code. So the same example that we had done. This is regarding a book, suppose. So what I've done, title and price. Okay, I've put the name, the value, the name, the value. This is one entry. Okay, similarly I have to create suppose two entries. So I'm putting a comma, I open and I copy the same thing because same contents. Let's copy. Instead of web tech, maybe I say webs web language, okay, is the title, and price is suppose 124, okay, and I close. Now suppose there are only two entries, this whole thing have to be enclosed into the square brackets. So I mentioned the square brackets, okay, I mentioned the square brackets, and the root node of this is suppose books. So how do I write it? Books. It should be inside the inverted commas, okay, and there should be a colon sign, and this is preceded by a curly bracket. So curly brackets, okay, curly brackets, and closing curly brackets. So this is the syntax of your uh, this is the syntax of how you write your JSON file. Okay, the name, colon, open curly brackets. This is one entry, comma, second entry, okay, and close. Okay, so if there are 5 entries, there will be 5 entries depending upon the requirement. So this is how you write your code in terms of your JSON program. Okay, now coming back. This is one more example that we'll see on the screen. This is regarding a book. See, ID 01 language Java edition third. So what is ID? It is key. And what is 01? The value. What is ID? Language. The value Java. What is ID? Edition. Value third. ID author. Value Herbert Schill. Okay. So this is one book. Similarly, it is separated by a comma. Again, one more book. So this is ID 07. Okay. Key value pairs. So this is how you write your JSON program. Now coming to the different format. JSON format, it supports the following data type. Like when we studied C and C++, we studied that different types of format like int, object, int, float, okay, double. These were different types of data type that was supported. In the same way, JSON also have their own particular format, okay. The type, like these are the different data types: the number, string, boolean, array, value, object, white space, and null. We'll see in the syntax for each of them. Okay, when I say number, it represents the double precision floating point format in your JavaScript. When it is a string, it is a double quoted Unicode with a backslash escaping. Boolean, that means you are using either 0 or 1, that is true or false. Array means we want to create an ordered sequence of the value. Value could be any string, it could be number, it could be true, false, null, anything. Object, it could be a collection of the key value pair. Like if I say ID 07, ID 01, these are nothing but the objects, okay? The key value pairs which are created for the parent node. Similarly, white space can be also used between any pair of tokens. And then we have null, which is nothing but empty. There is no value at all. Now, let us see syntax for each of this. Before that, JSON values cannot be one of the following data type. It cannot be a function, it cannot be a date, and it cannot be undefined. Okay, so we need to define either the data types which are mentioned, okay, or else, yes, data types which are mentioned. Otherwise, do not define it. It should have a specific thing. It cannot be a function, it cannot be a date, neither it could be any particular value which is not defined. Now coming to numbers could be from 0 to 9, okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It could be positive and negative as well, okay. In case of fractions, it could be also represented like 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.9, okay. So fractions, whole numbers, integers are accepted. Even the exponents are accepted, okay, plus e, minus e, capital E, okay. So exponents, integers, and fractions, this can be a part of the data type number, okay. Now I'll just show you all a syntax of a number. Okay. So I have mentioned something called as you could write it in double quotes or single quotes. Okay. So even the numbers which are there, if I say age equal to 20, age equal to 30, I can mention it without it could be a single quote or it could be a double quote, or you can just write that particular age. Okay. So if I say, if I mention like, see this, instead of this I could also mention in this particular format, that is 1 2 3 4, without mentioning your double quotes or single quote sign. So that is also allowed over here. Now next, number is a double precision floating point format in the JavaScript, and it depends upon the implementation. See what type of data type should be used and how it should be represented. It all depends upon the problem statement. Depending upon the problem statement, different types of objects could be declared and it could be used. Octal and hexadecimal formats, they are not being used in your number precision format. Neither nan or infinity is used in the number. So whatever mentioned over here, they are only allowed integer, fractions and exponents. The syntax is like this: var, that is we are declaring a variable, okay, which is a variable with a particular name. So JSON object name obj, okay, example. See the syntax and match it with the example. Var, that means I am declaring a variable. What is the object name? Obj, equal to what is the string name? Marks, colon, and what is the number value? 97. Okay, so this is how you declare a number into the this is how you declare a number in JSON. So let me try it over here. Okay, so what I have to do is variable. The syntax says what? Variable. So I just mention it in script only. Variable space object name. Maybe I say object equal to open curly brackets. Okay. Double quotes the name, which I say string. Okay. Colon and maybe marks. So I say suppose 78. Okay, so 78 are supposed to be marks, and I close. Okay, so this is how I write, okay, in terms of your script, okay, in terms of your number. Okay, simple enough, the syntax is simple enough to understand. So this is declaring of your number. So since I declare the number, you will not see anything onto the output screen. Similarly, coming to strings, okay. In case of strings, we have actually gone. You have seen how many types of strings are used. We use something called as backslash, forward slash, backspace, form fit, new line, carriage return, horizontal tab, okay, double quote sign, okay, U for 4 hexadecimal digit. So these are different types of strings which are allowed in case of your JSON. Okay, again they are used depending upon the type of the problem statement which are given. So when I say string, it is nothing but it is a sequence of 0 or more double quoted Unicode characters with a backslash escaping. That means we can have strings which can be in a combination. Okay, a character is a single character string. Okay, the string which is having a length 1, and the syntax is simple again. var, variable, name of the object equal to open curly brackets, name, colon, the value. So what we are writing is the name and value key pair, okay, comma, depending upon what is next. So this is how you declare. So I just mentioned the same over here. Variable, maybe object 2 equal to open inverted commas. I say name. I suppose my. This is how you write your script in terms of this was in terms of number, and this is in terms of your name. Okay, I can also mention it in terms of fraction, okay, depending upon your requirement. Okay, or exponent, that is e minus e, that can be also mentioned. Okay, so right now we know how to declare objects, how to create objects, and these are the different syntax. Okay, any queries, any questions you all have up till here? I'll do one more part. Okay. Boolean. Okay. What do we mean by Boolean? It is true or false value. The syntax is same. Okay. Now the same thing. Okay. What the syntax is: variable object equal to name. Okay. Marks and distinction. So what we do is we'll share the same. Okay. And I say create one more object variable. Suppose object in a 3. Object 3 equal to open curly brackets. I'm just copying, instead of string, let me say marks. So I just copy same thing. Okay, so name, comma, because I'm changing, and maybe I will say grade. Okay. Okay. What do you mean by Boolean? It is either true or false, right? So if I say grade, I will mention the word as true. Okay. If it is correct, then it is distinction. If not, it is false. Okay. So this could be one object, and maybe outside, Control C, and maybe one more object. 4. Okay. Maybe this. Okay. And maybe this is 68. Okay. And the value will be false. So what is this? This is how you declare your Boolean type. Okay, true and false value. This is how you declare your Boolean type. Marks, this is how you declare your number. And name, this is how you declare your string. Okay, so these are different types of JSON data types which have been accepted. Okay, this is how you write this. Everything has to be written inside the script. Okay, this I've told you how to declare the different types of objects into the script. Okay, this also have to be written inside the script. Clear enough? Any difficulties up till here?